Woohoo! Whoopie-doo, Basil! Nah, anybody else do that? Best time to buy a tractor is whether you lot think that or not. Ooh! Ah, we have some fun, don't we? Roads are on the fields, we're causing chaos. Alright! Woo! That always costs me a friggin' fortune every time he comes round. What about the Pedonkle? If he's pulling my leg, I'm gonna kick his ass next week. Bloody Pedonkle. He's pulling my leg, isn't he? You can have all top and no trousers. Food needs to be more or we're all going to go out of business. I don't want to diversify, you know. I want to grow food. I hope so. Absolutely freaking amazing. You can see my spraying days are getting better and better. How we do that? It's not going to change. What have farmers got to do to make some money these days? Yes. Only need to give it a jolt and it'll come. Or not. Whoopie-doo, Basil! Good morning, Fenlanders. Welcome to Tuesday. Sorry I didn't take the camera with me, but look what we got back. Yay! Combine's back on farm. Got the header back as well, so we're going to get set about. Start servicing all that. Obviously we've got our UTV lights to put on the combine, so I can actually see what I'm doing at night time now. Windy, we've had some rain. Flattened some of my wheat, only where it swirls around the trees. Wind just seems to like hit the trees and then swirl around a lot. You guessed it. I got a load of pup to do. Happy Tuesday morning. Me and the 215 are we're gonna go get a load of poo, and I'm gonna go get one of my flat trailers back, and then we're gonna get onto a straw car. Woohoo! Whoopie-doo, Basil! It does seem like I'm spending most of my life carting around, doesn't it? It really does. But I had a nice day yesterday. I kind of felt like I had a day off yesterday, and I was pretty tired by the time I finished yesterday. I was asleep by 9:30, and then woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, wishing I'd stayed up at 5 o'clock this morning and actually got on and went and got the header, and now it's 9 o'clock in the morning and I feel like I haven't done anything. Does anybody else do that? But yeah, it continues to be windy. I've got some spraying to do tomorrow. People have got their irrigators and stuff out. I'm actually on a bit of a health kick at the minute. I've stopped having sugar in my porridge. Stopped having as many sugars in my tea, so I'm down to 1 sugar in my tea now. Cutting out chocolate bars. I can't cut out crisps and I can't cut out bread because I love it too much. Hey, Tony. Yeah, we'll just see how we get on. I'll be like a racing snake by the end of summer. Just in time to get my bikini body out. I'll be all good. Roads are awful. Might have to invest in a yellow thing next. 65k. Comfy tractor. I do like the new Command Pro though. It's growing on me every time I use it. I can't wait to do some tillage in the autumn with it and just kick back and realise how lazy it is. My cousin's just taken delivery of his new 6R165 and I've got to go down there and help him with that a little bit. He's still getting used to his joystick, I think, on that. So he was thrashing around trying to waggle it around the other day, trying to get stuff to move. But he said we can go and film him with it and have a play with it. So it looks lovely. I mean, it's a new tractor, so it is lovely. I just hope he beds it in real hard. They all seem to like him being run in really, really firm, you know. Wants a good bit of subsoiling or a good bit of ploughing or heavy tillage work to bed it in, you know. Now's the wrong time of the year to be bedding tractors in. I always found that the best time to buy a tractor is December time and take delivery of it in February time, ready for all the spring cultivations. For us anyway. I mean, spring cultivation for some people is not that heavy a work really, is it? But obviously we grow potatoes and stuff, we're subsoiling and disking and bed tilling and all sorts of stuff like that, you know. So good heavy work. Autumn work's not too bad either, you know. You can do a bit of subsoiling, a bit of ploughing, a bit of drilling and stuff. You just want to sit a tractor on a subsoiler for 100 hours. You want to do 100 hours of fairly hard graft, you know. I still think that tractors need running in properly. We had a tractor once that just came at this time of year and sat on a trailer for 3 months and done its first 100 hours. It was never any good. I'm still of the mindset, I don't know whether you lot think that or not, or I'm just being a weirdo, but don't have to cane it or abuse it. Give it the hard graft it needs. It's what they're designed to do, innit? So, whoa, I don't need the air conditioning on so much today. This 215, where it's got such big wheels and tyres on it, it's kind of a mission trying to thread it around with a trailer on. Yeah, it takes up the whole bloody road. Yeah, remind me guys to get a cable tie on that. It's really doing my head in. I keep saying it's doing my head in, but every time I get in here I'm like, oh damn, I forgot a cable tie. Got to come off there anyway because I'm not happy where it is, so make a little bracket for that to sit somewhere. Yeah, roads are shocking. One load of muck done. One load of muck done. So I'm going to need like a personal assistant, I reckon, to cart my camera and phone and keys and gloves and everything I need. Get the 6190R fired up now. Don't spill any, Bailey. Don't spill any. Let's get in here. This air takes ages to build up. Air suspension and air brake. Ooh! Bim, 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 bim. Oh dear. That's one load of muck done. Let's go and see if we can do some straw. 10 minutes later, I'll get back. I'll let you know when we're in the field. Cheers, guys. Hello, Fenlanders. I got George on the case now as well from Slight Homes. Ugh, covered in straw. I managed to sell all the straw I needed to sell, so while I'm carting, George is carting, and we'll start moving all this straw. I'm going to get my 2 pig units all filled up with straw. George is going to get his cows all filled up. They're all going to Lakenheath, I think. It's a delightful place to have a load of cows, isn't it? Taking a load of straw through what I would say is a tiny little road in Lakenheath to get up to the warren, bed down all of his cows. Ah, we have some fun, don't we? Remember, folks, without farmers on the fields, you ain't got no food. So we're on the roads, we're on the fields, we're causing chaos. Try not to. We don't mean to. We don't want to be there any more than you do. Needs must. So first load of the day, and it's probably my docky time, in fact, nearly my docky time. Stop for some food in a minute, I guess. A little bit of lovely ham sandwich. This is what we're doing all day. Nice and steady. It's not going to take me long to get one of the pig units. He's got kind of an outdoor pole barn that I store all the straw under, and it's not going to take me long to fill that up really, and then I'll move on to the other one. The other one's going to want 200 or 300 bales, well 200 bales maybe. It's going to take me a little while. Every 2 loads is 32 bales, so quite a few. 6 loads, I can get 6 loads in a day. 90 some odd bales, 98 bales is it? 96 bales should I say? Happy happening. Jobs are good. 2 days of that bit. Alright, and then we get the combine sorted out. Woo! Bailey's just cleaning the air filter out on the combine, and he's going to clean the cab out, and he's going to hoover out in the tank and stuff like that. Little jobs while I'm not there. I'll probably give him the day off tomorrow and Thursday maybe, just because I'm not there, you know. I have to keep trying to drum up work for him, so see you in a minute. So, Cheerful Cookie's been round today. It always costs me a frigging fortune every time he comes round. Hopefully that'll subside a little bit more now we're on just blight sprays really. But he was on about the Pedonkle. I'm going to try and explain it to you now. What do you do with it? Right, you lot can see that. You see this one's a little bit greener than this one? Well, he was calling this the Pedonkle. I ain't got a clue what a Pedonkle is, but he said the Pedonkle, if he's pulling my leg, I'm going to kick his ass next week. He's not getting any cake or biscuits. You can see this one's dead. This one's still taking up a bit of nutrition. Look how green it is. And then he was saying about the grains of wheat. They look lovely and fat, don't they? He was just getting me, because I want to try and put some Roundup on patches where my black grass is, you know. Go through there at like 4 or 5 bar of pressure and like really honk the Roundup in to any seeds that have germinated. You know, just get them killed off straight away. So hopefully all the seeds will all fallen out, all on the floor, and started to grow. Little bit of rain, they'll start growing again. I'm just thinking of trying to try it for 1 year. I've got a few thistles and stuff in one field, so I've got to sort them out. But yeah, I'm just going to try that. But he was saying about putting your thumb in some that have still got, you want to be under 30% moisture, under 30% moisture when it comes to your grain before you round up. So he was just saying about putting your thumb in, and if it bounces back like it has done there, it's not left a mark. You know, you're still way too early. And this one, you can see maybe you can see the mark has left. My thumb has imprinted on it, so we're getting somewhere with this one, but the other one's just still full of moisture. So been and had our docky. Cheerful Cookie's been round, and that's my thought. Bloody Pedonkle, he's pulling my leg, isn't he? Someone back me up. Stem of the wheat is still taking up nutrients, so that's my latest drilled fields of wheat. He's on about maybe a couple of weeks or so before I think about spraying them off. But then he was also saying about, obviously your harvest interval is 14 days. Some people can get greedy with that and go like after 10 days or whatever. It happens all the time, which is a bit naughty, but there you go. I can't be everybody else. So what he's saying is, if you don't leave it the full 14 days before you go cutting, you can turn the black grass into like a rope rather than being a dead dead stalk. Full 14 days, which is acceptable. The harvest interval for Roundup is 14 days anyway, you know. Oh, come on, we gotta get on. No, you'll have to wait another couple of days. Silly, innit? But there you go. So, yeah, and then he's saying about the blight pressures and stuff at the minute. Potatoes are looking well. I did wonder whether we got an awful lot of top. They look lovely. Sorry, my window's dirty. I only cleaned them the other day. Top looks lovely, and you would think all that top to make photosynthesis. You can have all top and no trousers, I always say. We've had marquees that stood up here on me. I'm walking through the field of marquees and like tree trunks, you know, and you would think, what the hell? When you start harvesting, they're all a load of golf balls, and you think, well, that's really not. That's not cricket. So let me know on your opinions on the potatoes. Have you had all top and no trousers, nothing underneath them? We've certainly had that before, and we've also had no top and nothing underneath them. So I've had everything. It is what it is. I just, with a top like that, you've got to think. We've dug some up, and I dug some in the field, and they look lovely. Then I dug 2 or 3 roots out here the other day, and I just struggled to get a carry bag full, you know, or enough for a saucepan full. And I thought, what the hell? Whether they've been run over or given a hard time by the ridger, where Grumpy Grandad turned round or something, you know, so probably some of each. I'm guessing that's what that is, but they look lovely at the minute. I mean, they're up. Taters are up here on me. Cookie's happy with the wheat. I know, as I said in previous video, like the wheat is big, fat heads on stuff that was drilled in March. This is what Cookie's been looking at, and he also bought some heads from the field that was drilled first as well. So they look lovely. Everything in between looks good. I got loads of grass weed issues and wild oats and a few thistles in some wheat fields, so we're going to have to address that with a bit stronger weed killer in the spring, I think. But for now, I'm going to go move some more straw. Cheers, guys. There we go, Fenland. That is load number 5 today, in the last 2 days. So George has been in for 2 loads, so I've got rid of 40 bales from George. It's great. I've still got a massive heap of straw over there though, look. Ugh. I can't be bothered to listen to the radio anymore. Who listens to what on the radio? I'm gonna have to get DAB radios in all of these so I can listen to a bit of country. Yes, I never bother having the radio on. Just talk to you lot. Remember folks, if you haven't subscribed, get subscribing. We're trying to push real hard to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of July. It really helps our little channel out. We're moving forward at a rate I never would have expected to get 100 subscribers. So here we are, not far off of 3,000. So it's amazing. We're trying to do whatever we can to get you some discounts on stuff and try and push and promote farming, you know. So anything we can do to try and make farmers' lives a bit easier, we're trying, you know. So it's all in the name of moving the whole farming job forward. So let's see if we can get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of July. It'll be great. Yeah, just talking to my friend Matthew on the phone, and wheat's now plummeting down to what, £176 a tonne. It's got to be somewhere around the break even. You know, with all the subsidies going, food needs to be more, or we're all going to go out of business. These grants and stuff are absolutely useless. The government's giving all our, what we would call our RPA money, to land agents and stuff. Well, they're all solicitors. They don't need any more money. All the big farms who are doing farming for a massive tax loss can do all these grants and stuff. Yeah, we'll go out and spend 150,000 on a new drill. Yeah, we'll go out and spend 15,000 on a whole new water system. Yeah, we'll go and spend 400 grand on a new shed. They're laughing all the way to the bank because it makes the tax that they pay on all their houses and stuff and their other businesses, lorry firms and you name it, they don't pay any tax on it. So it's getting really annoying. I just, like I said, just spoke to Matthew, and wheat's not even worth growing next year if that's the case, which is really, really sad. Potatoes better make some money, or I'm going to get out of potatoes. I don't want to, yeah, this is a stupid thing, I don't want to diversify, you know. I've diversified a little bit with the YouTube channel and stuff, but that's more for my sister, more than me. I want to grow food. No one's listening. The government are not listening. The government are doing everything they possibly can to make farming go backwards at the minute. Although they're trying to reinvent the wheel with everything they do, it's not working. There is no need for it. There's just no need for it. Go back to the status quo. I want it to be rosy. I want to be able to just make some money every year and buy some new kit and pay off mortgages and buy my own land and stuff like that. Not every year, but once every 20 years it'd be nice to buy a little parcel of land here and there and move the farm forward and stuff, but it's just not happening. This year is going to be shocking, I think. Just hold back the front economics of it at the minute. all back to front. But yeah, the governments across Europe and stuff have realised they need food, kind of looking after their farmers, bar the British government. Useless Sunak. Anyway, that's my rant over and done with for the day. So yeah, I'm on load number 5 and his shed's nearly full, so he can't hold a lot of straw in there. Ugh. We used to stack it up 4 high, but he can't get it down from 4 high, so just stacking it in there 3 high and not trying too hard, you know, and we'll get him kitted out with straw, and then I'll move on to the other pig unit, which I know he can get a couple of 100 bales in there, so that's at least 2 days worth of carting. So there we go, down to 20k just to get through massive holes. Come on, Range Rover, well done. Oh, 2 more cars. I'm going to give you a little update how I'm getting on in a very short while. Cheers, guys. Good Wednesday morning, Fenlanders. How you doing? You all good? 9 o'clock in the morning. Just got the sprayer filled up. I got up early this morning and went off with my level harrow. Little level harrow on the back of the little 6200 there, and went and tried to level out. Turn the air conditioning on. It's cold. I like to see it like this. Where we've irrigated and overlapped with the irrigator a bit, it's bloody wet. I ain't going to spray them today. I'll have to try spray them tomorrow. Leave it to dry out a little bit. It's pretty soggy, but I forgot my camera. Went to the tractor and put my drinks bottle down, and went to get the camera and... Ooh, excuse me a moment. Where was I? Well, my good friend Chick rang up. Let's go and see if the sprayer's sort of fixed itself. I hope so. Yeah, turn the air conditioning on because you're bloody hot, and then turn it off again because it's chilly. That is one good thing about this sprayer, it's the aircon is mega. Absolutely freaking amazing. So yeah, already been out on the jaw today. It's a little bit windy to be spraying, but I've got to do it, so it's going to get done today. I don't know quite what happened last night, but we had like torrential wind and rain and stuff all blew through. It was hideous for like 10 minutes. Anybody's wheat gone flat yet? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, I don't care, sprayer. I really don't. Sort your shit out. There we go. We'll see how this goes then. Hopefully I should have the right amount of chemical in there for the right job, for the right field. Lovely. See how we get on. Oh no, forgot to up my rate. There we go, we're away. There we go, 9k. Perfect speed for spraying spuds. 4 bar of pressure. Dad wanted me to up my pressure a little bit and try and get the blight spray to push down into the canopy, you know, to give a better protection. I'm putting a real expensive Zorvik on now at 300 litres a hectare, 4 bar of pressure. Hey Joseph, Dancing Joe. Yeah, when the canopy's so tight like it is, you know, you kind of just can't get the chemical down into the underside of the canopy. So just upping me pressure a little bit, upping me water rate a little bit, seeing what sort of a job it does. Really, it should do a nice, lovely job. Come on, sprayer. Now, the other great thing about having a big old canopy is like this, they don't dry out. Where your spuds get watered every week, the water seeps through, but the sunlight doesn't get down there, you know. So they are nearly ready for a bit of irrigation, I think, on the headlands especially. Hey, come on, up you come. No. Take the potatoes out. As you can see, my spraying days are getting better and better. What was that? I think I just dropped into a hole. That's all that was. Yeah, I just put the little level harrow on to level all my holes out and stuff and keep the wheelings nice and flat and level, but it ain't worked very well. It just spuffles some dirt around into the holes and things like that, you know, but sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Whoa, what the hell? Come on, sprayer. Rocking side to side, not helping. Right, all is working well. Ish. Yeah, still quite wet on my whiteland fields. My whiteland fields you can get stuck on, but they're pretty good for traction and wet holes and stuff. They really are not that bad at all, really. You kind of tend to stay up a lot more on this white field, So having a load of irrigating, what I tend to do is try and irrigate the headlands straight after I've sprayed them. So tonight we'll do a real long, steady run along the headlands and then leave it till probably after the weekend, I should think. This Zorvik I've got till not Saturday coming, but a week Saturday, so I've got plenty of time to not worry about irrigating, and then maybe next week we'll do through the field again. We can do it in 2 days, so massively over irrigated for what crops we've got, but it can only be a good thing, right? Yeah, once you get a wet hole start to develop, it lays with water, and then before you know it, you're going for a big old hole like that. So off we go again. Yeah, Dad rang up the wheat buyers yesterday, and they're only offering like £170 or £175 a tonne, which is it's really, really crap. It's no good to anyone. When your wheat buyers phone up and say, oh, this is what we're offering, tell them it's 100 quid too short. If everyone tells them it's 100 quid too short, then maybe something will change, but until we do that, it's not going to change. But then you've got people that can't store long term or need the shed for something else, you know, so people just have to grow it and get rid of it. What have farmers got to do to make some money these days? Some actually disposable cash, you know. Everything I earn all goes back on the farm. Now, how many other professions do you know that don't end up with any money apart from what's in their business? Not many, I shouldn't think. Not many at all. Good Thursday morning, Fenlanders. Yeah, it's Thursday. Yeah. How are you doing? Bit of rain, bit of drizzle, bit miserly, horrible day, so you lot can't see me. Might have to put the lights on so you can see me. Oh yeah, it's bad. While I'm puffing and panting, ta-da, header. First thing I always do, take the laser pilot off. This is a weird one. You lot might understand this. You might have a cure for it. But I take the laser pilot off, take it apart, put it in the airing cupboard for about a month before harvest. It seems to get, as the damp comes in, I can tell because the laser pilot stops working. Very odd. There might be a new seal or something I need to put on it, but has anybody else had that and cured the problem, you know? Otherwise, it's business as usual. Grease gun in hand, wander around, grease everything up that Bailey's missed, if he's missed anything. Yeah, so that's basically my job today. Been doing loads of stupid filming with Anna, so that was kind of fun. One of my sensors is not working underneath. That all seems like it's working, so I don't know. Got to go around and check all these greasers. That was easy, wasn't it? I see Bailey's done that one. He sure did. So we'll do that. I've done that one. I think Bailey's got that. I think he's done that one, even though the spare knife. Oh dear, where is it? There she be. Every 100 hours, so once a season for us. Nothing too major. For some reason or other, we'll get the header on the combine at some point, and they do tend to go a bit rusty in there. Goes rusty in the bottom here. I welded it up last year. Oh, the little critters are all over my face. I welded a panel in there, plate in there, so just that to check. It's thin in here, you see. Where I've been doing loads of stupid filming, I've now got message after message after message. We've done our first little live as well, guys, so that's kind of cool. So that's greasing done. I'm going to get on to the only other thing I need to do with this header is just change the oil in the wobble box shaft. Right, that is the wobble box. I always change the oil in that, so let's get on and do that. Hey guys, get on. Get the oil draining out. Figure out how to fill it up afterwards. I know where the level is. Don't look that bad. Looks fine actually. Now I'll just get an airline and we'll blow out the little hole where you check the level, and then we'll try and fill it up with oil. That's your level, which is a bit of a peg to get to. I have put a cut out in there. None of these things want doing up very tight at all, but I could just about get my filler thing in there, I hope, and get her done. I like to change some of the oils on this thing every year. Simple fact, it's peace of mind then, and it's got brand new oil and gear oil. Who doesn't love the smell of gear oil? Ew, oil on my hand already. There we go, we're in. Squirt a bit of that in. Probably should have took my gloves off for this. I always like to squirt a little bit in, same with engines and everything. Long drawn out process now. Anything that's in there, if you just flush some clean oil through there, you know you've got a virtually cleaned out gearbox, and any swarf and stuff might have been pushed out by the sudden glug of oil going in. Can't hold much more than a litre. Whew. I think we're nearly there. Right, back out we come. Fill up again. So combine servicing malarkey is not clean work. So sorry folks, I had oil all over my hands. I still have got a bit of oil all over my hands, but yeah. Put the lid and the breather back in. There's the drain bung in there. Look, the level. So I filled it up to there, and there's the drain bung all back in, all serviced. That didn't take 2 minutes, did it? Greased everything up. The only thing I've got to do when it's on the combine is just lubricate the chain. What I like to do, just spend 5 minutes going along my knife sections. Look how rusty they've gone over the winter. And just check each one of them. If I find any bad ones, I pull it all out. Just rip the whole thing out and start again. There's one. There's a not so good one. There's not a good one. They will shine up, they'll clean up. There's a few there. Another rough one there. I've got some, I might as well change them. Might as well keep perfect cutting efficiency all the way along, mightn't I? I do like to tend to cut real low to the floor. That one's a bit rough. Oh, that one is rough. So that's my next job then. We'll pull that knife out and just change the ones that need changing. I had a whole session on it last year, changing the ones that needed changing. So we'll get that out. Off we go. Right, got it all unbolted. Ew, I'm getting more and more dirty. I think last time I put the forklift on it and just dragged it out. I don't want to be too forceful with it. It's rusted in a bit. There you go, we're going to try and be a bit abusive now. This shouldn't take a lot to get out. I only need to give it a jolt and it'll come. Or not. Make sure I keep it square. That's all you need to do. Right, so just changing the knife sections. You might be able to see the difference between the serrated shark teeth to blunt. One's not too bad. They will shine up and obviously get sharper. The more you use them, the sharper they'll get. But look, I mean, there's chunk taken out of that one. So a bit of a boring job. You can see some of these I changed last year. Had a good old change up and mix up with some of them. But yeah, this is what my job for this afternoon is going to be. So whoopie-doo, Basil! Some of these you have to cut the bolts out. You just have to grind them out and then put new bolts in, because they will not move. So I've done 2, 3. I got a 4th one to put in there now. I'm going to carry on with this. I haven't got all the way to go. I changed like a whole pack last year, and there's 25 in a pack. So if I just change a few every year, there's something in it. That's all it needs to do, really. My Thursday sorted. Woo!